Hi, welcome to US Business News. Today, money topic, Bitcoin speculation. We are going to learn how to read that graph from Bitcoin. So why do you want to learn the chart? Because if you are speculating, if you're going to buy Bitcoin, if you're going to buy stocks, if you're going to buy real estate, any asset that you're buying, well, guess what? They all have a chart. And if you're familiar with the chart, then you'll know when to buy. Because if you buy right, you could get rich. So that's why you want to learn it, because this is what they use on Wall Street. Okay, so by the way, if you know how to do this graph, you're going to learn how to do the graph for stocks. You're going to learn how to do the graph for real estate. Every asset with value has a graph, okay? And in 2008, I was able to time the real estate market and tell people the market was going to crash because I read the graph. And also in 2020, I told a lot of my clients, and including myself, we bought real estate because we read the graph and it was on this uptrend. Now real estate is bearish. So basically with the graph, you need to just know common stuff. Right, let's look at the Bitcoin chart real fast. All right, so all we see, which is always what we're going to see on what is the stock market, commodity, real estate, whatever asset class you're looking at, the market will be going up and down, up and down. It will never go in circles. It never will go sideways. So in 2017, 2018, Bitcoin was around 15,000. The things on the left is the money part, the US money, okay? So it's 15,000, 30,000, 45,000, 60,000, 75,000. I got this from, so you're going to be Googling for a chart before you go in, okay? Why would you Google before a chart before you go in? Because you want to go in when it's low so that you could sell when it's high, okay? And it's just common sense to want to buy low. Okay, so 2018, we see 30,000. 2019, it went down to 15. But look, when it was going down, it was giving warnings. What were those? Those are the candlesticks. There is line chart, there is candlestick, and there is another plot chart. So we like to read the candlestick ones. So what we like about charts as well is passive. You set it and you forget it. All you have to do is take 5 minutes to read the chart and then read the news and then put in these machines, these apps that you actually buy Bitcoin on apps. They're so sophisticated. It will give you a buy order, sell order, and a sell short order. So you don't have to worry when you're at work, like, am I losing money? No, you can literally tell the computer, buy at this amount, sell at this amount, and if it's dropping, do a stop loss so you don't lose a lot of money. Okay, so it's just, or you come out where you bought, so you could be at a zero. So sometimes that's what I did when I was trading Forex. I would go in if I went in at 20 and I had to work 9 to 5, and then I would say, okay, if it hit 50, it would sell. But if it goes back to 20, I had a stop loss at the 20, make no money that day. So some days I was at zero. I'd rather be at zero than a $10 loss. So it's just amazing when you learn these trading, how you could do it. Markets are bullish or bearish, feast or famine. That's it. Okay, so you're going to hear people say it's a bullish market, or you're going to hear them say it's a bearish market. Okay, the candlestick, what you notice about it, it has green and it has red. Okay, so green and red. It also has a body and it also have a wick. All right, so this is one of the most famous candlestick, the DOJ candle. Most of it has this. So this is it. It's either going to close down, middle, or up. So it's not that difficult to learn candlestick. I went to law school and I learned this stuff. Not in law school, I learned it on Google. So, and I've used it to trade for the last 18 years. You could use, once you learn candlestick, you could do it for stocks, commodity, real estate, digital currency. Why people like candlestick? It's a past price data. It has a lot of trading volumes. Why do you want a lot of trading volumes? You want a lot of buyers and you want a lot of sellers. Think about it. If you are buying a stock, wouldn't you want a lot of people to be able to sell it to? Or do you want a few? So it's supply demand. So that's why people, when they're trading, they look for volume. That's why people love Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a $1.3 trillion business. And also too, with the SEC versus Coinbase, it's going to make Bitcoin even stronger, because a lot of those 23,000 crypto, some of them are going to be falling out. And because they're falling out, those investors are going to come over to Bitcoin, even making it more valuable. That's why people are saying Bitcoin is bearish. So if you look now, let's look back at the chart, the Bitcoin chart, and then we'll go on over to candlestick. So we see in 2020, Bitcoin was in the 15s. And then we see in 2021, Bitcoin was in the 30s, 45-ish. And then look at that. Look what you see. Bitcoin went over 60,000 in 2022. And now we're in 2023. We can see the candlestick hovering in the 30s. The candlesticks, it shows you a couple hours, couple days, 30 minutes, 1 year. It's candlestick all day, which means money never sleeps. Somebody's making money. They're just breaking out the candlestick chart and they are graphing it. So here is something the candlestick does. It is on a downtrend and it's going to go down. If it's on an uptrend, it's going to be going up. What do you think happens when it's on a downtrend? People are selling or they're shorting. What do you think if they're shorting the stock market, for example? What do you think will happen when it's an uptrend? People are buying. Okay, so that's exactly what you need to recognize. There are day traders, there are year traders, and they're just people who trade. So now we are going to see a wedge. All right, so when it's bearish, the price will drop. When it's bullish, the price increases. The stop loss, like I mentioned, that's when you're going to set it and forget it. Candlestick and the market on a general is that there's a support part of the market and there's a resistance. Okay, every market has a support and it has a resistance. You'll often hear when you listen to the analysts, and just keep listening to them daily. Listen to me, I'm analyzing this all the time. You will hear us say things like it can't break the resistance, or it has support. And you understand what resistance is, you just haven't used it in money making. It's like losing weight. Okay, it's like you cannot go down past 125. For my body, I can't get below 125. My body, that's my resistant level. Okay, so it's the same. That's natural cycle of law. Okay, if you understand math, you understand it. It is perfect. Okay, and every math game, everything that has to do with number has a resistance and it has a support. Yes, so that is what people are studying. They're studying the resistance level and they're studying the support. You want us to go back and I show you that you already know the resistance level and the support for Bitcoin? What are we seeing here? You and I can analyze this together, that the resistance level on Bitcoin and the support is between 15 to 60. So we know that people feel comfortable at 15,000 with Bitcoin and they feel comfortable at 60,000 with Bitcoin. So what are we seeing on studying the Bitcoin price? It's volatile. We could tell based upon the chart, it's volatile. Also, we know 910,000 people entered the market in 2023. We know it's a $1 trillion value. So we know for a fact that there is going to be a lot of volume, because if it's a $1 trillion value, that's a lot of money. So that's a good pip to trade. So you can imagine the person who puts in $500 at 15,000 and it went to 60. They're looking pretty. So now you see why people are getting rich every day. Just a little bit of pips. They're buying a little bit of, they're setting it and they're forgetting it. They're just studying candlesticks. That's it. If you study the candlesticks, you can tell a breakout where it's going up or down. Of course, nothing is guaranteed because government regulation. Okay, you and I can study this chart and at Monday it can do something different, even though we know it's going up. Everybody knows it's going up. I bought at 24,000 because I could see it. The chart is pointing up, 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 up. But guess what? You've got government regulation that can change anything. So that's why I always tell people that analysts are not 100% accurate, because guess what? We do not have 100% control of any market. Government regulation can change it. Natural disaster can change stuff for us. That is why you have to diverse all of your assets. You can't have your eggs in one basket, because government regulation and natural disaster win. Everybody has wins. And if you're trading, you're going to have wins. That's just human nature. People are going to win. If you feel confident and you throw that away and you think you can do it, don't do it. Study the graph before you go in and listen to the analysts, because you want to hear what others have to say. You want to make sure, because the breakout, the candlestick, even though you go, wow, it's so easy, you have to make sure that it's on its way up or it's on its way down, because you have to make sure you have to pull away your emotions and you have to literally graph the chart and say it's on an uptick, it's on a downtick. And have I tried this before? Absolutely. I bought Bitcoin at 24,000, and also I timed the real estate market in 2020 using candlesticks. So that is just how easy it is to learn candlestick. Let me show you the DOJ once again. Take that down. Those are the DOJ candlestick, down, middle, up. What do you think the middle means? That it's either going to break up or it's going to break down. So what people would do is see how much of the down it was before the top. So people tend to count, did they get 5 downs? Did they get 6 tops? So some of it has to do with math, So the hardest trade, I think, is when you have to trade for the day. The day trading is difficult. I like to set it and forget it. When you are seeing the down trend and you see those couple ticks down, you just see 3 here, then you're expecting 3 here. But then you didn't know that if you looked the day before, there was 4. So those are the things that you are going to learn. And it's some of it is just common sense. 3 down, 3 up, So we talked about the candlestick is either a daily chart, weekly chart, yearly chart, 4 hours, 1 hour, minutes. It depends when you want to graph. So you just literally say, oh, I want to take a look at it today. You go, you Google Bitcoin chart or stock market chart, and then it will pull up, you get it into the candlestick, then you'll tell the computer whether you want to see the daily chart, so daily chart of Bitcoin, weekly chart of Bitcoin, yearly chart of Bitcoin, 4 hours of Bitcoin, 1 hour of Bitcoin, minutes of Bitcoin, and then there you graph it. Anyways, I'm Tisha Powell. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you real soon.